Have you ever wished your favorite toy could turn into something amazing, like a golden Lego brick? Or maybe you wanted your peanut butter sandwich to become a golden treasure you could keep forever? Sounds fun, right? But what if everything you touched, your bed, your toothbrush, even your spaghetti, suddenly turned into solid gold? Today we're diving into the story of someone who had that exact power, King Midas. Let's find out if it was really as wonderful as it sounds. King Midas wasn't a god or a monster. Nope. He was a real human king from ancient stories in Greece. He was famous for two things: loving treasure, especially gold, and not always making the wisest choices. Midas ruled a kingdom that was already pretty rich, with big feasts, sparkling jewelry, and music. He was friends, and sometimes not so good friends, with the gods of Mount Olympus. In particular, he crossed paths with Dionysus, the god of wine, parties, and fun. Dionysus could be generous if you made him happy, or tricky if you made him mad. So picture King Midas, a man with a shiny crown, a big throne, and eyes that lit up whenever he saw gold. That's the character we're going to meet in today's myth. One day, King Midas did a favor for Dionysus. The god wanted to thank him, so he offered Midas a wish, any wish at all. And what do you think Midas asked for? He didn't wish for health, or for laughter, or even for the best chocolate cake in the world. Nope. Midas said, "I want everything I touch to turn to gold." Dionysus warned him, "Are you sure? That might not be such a great idea." But Midas insisted, and so the wish was granted. At first, it was amazing. Midas touched a rock, gold. He touched a flower, gold. He touched a chair, gold. His palace gleamed brighter than ever before. But then, disaster. When he tried to eat, his bread turned to gold. His water turned to gold. Even the food in his hands became hard and shiny. He couldn't eat or drink a thing. And worst of all, when his daughter ran up to hug him, she too turned into a golden statue. Midas was heartbroken. He begged Dionysus to take the wish away. Dionysus, seeing his regret, told him to wash in the river Pactolus. Midas did, and the curse was gone. His daughter came back, his food was food again, and Midas learned a powerful lesson. Sometimes, too much treasure isn't a treasure at all. Have you ever wanted more of something? Maybe more cookies, more screen time, or more turns on the playground swing? At first, it sounds awesome. But too much of even your favorite thing can turn out not so great. Imagine eating ice cream for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Day 1. Yay! Day 3. You might feel a little queasy. King Midas reminds us, sometimes what we already have is more than enough. Now let's think about gold for a second. Why is it so special? Gold is actually a real metal found in the earth. It's shiny, it doesn't rust, and it's rare. That's why people all over history treasured it. But here's the science catch. If everything really did turn into gold, it wouldn't be so wonderful. Gold is soft. You can bend it with your hands. So a golden fork? It would probably smush like a noodle. A golden sandwich? You couldn't chew it. A golden bed? Hard and uncomfortable. And here's something cool. If too much gold existed, it wouldn't be rare anymore. It would just be another metal, like iron or copper. Its value depends on how little of it there is. So King Midas's magical gift? Science shows us it wouldn't really be useful at all. But what about the future? Is there something like the Midas touch in real life? Well, scientists today are working on new materials that can transform things. For example, nanotechnology, tiny machines invisible to our eyes, can coat objects to make them waterproof or super strong. We also have 3D printers that can take ordinary plastic and turn it into almost anything you design. A toy? A tool? Even parts of a rocket. So maybe, instead of turning everything into gold, the future Midas will be scientists who can transform materials in smart ways to make bridges stronger, clothes last longer, or even to help cure diseases. It's like having the Midas touch, but actually useful. So what did we learn from King Midas? That sometimes getting what you think you want isn't as great as it seems. Treasure is nice, but family, food, and everyday joys are priceless. And in our world, science is finding smarter ways to transform things than turning them into gold. Thanks for listening, adventurers. Remember, true treasure isn't shiny. It's the things that make you smile. Until next time, keep your curiosity golden.